Hey y'all. Today's objective is solving equations with variables on both sides. So when I say both sides, I mean both sides of the equal sign. Up until today, you've only had one thing on the other side and it's just been a number, like equals 4, equals -10. So the equations we do today are going to have variables on both the left and the right. So I'm going to show you how to solve those. Here are our steps over here. The new step, you're going to move your variables to one side. You're going to have to move your variables over, and then you're going to have to move your numbers to one side. The very last step is going to be multiplication or division. Only the last step. So here's just a quick example. I didn't put any distributive or combined like terms. So we have 6x minus 2. That is equal to x plus 13. So we have x's here and here. In order to move variables over, you're going to add or subtract that term. So I just decided to move this x over here. So to go across the line, you have to do the inverse operation. This is a positive x, this is a plus x. So the inverse operation would be a minus x. X minus x is going to be 0. 6x minus x is 5x. Then I brought down my minus 2 and my 13. 5x minus 2 equals 13. Now I have a normal two-step equation. I did -2 plus 2. 13 plus 2 is 15. And then I brought my 5x over. My last step is I'm going to undo my multiplication or my division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And x equals 3. To check an equation with variables on both sides, you just plug the x in. 6 times 3 minus 2. 6 times 3 is 18. Minus 2 is 16. So this side equals 16. X is 3. So 3 plus 13 is 16. And we want it to be 16 equals 16. We want our two sides to equal because that is the definition of an equation. Both sides are equal. Example A and B. Example A, 2n minus 5 equals 8n plus 7. Draw my line. And I don't have any distribute and I don't have any combined like terms. So I need to get my variables together on one side. It doesn't matter which side you move them. I just like to move my variables over this way. But it doesn't matter. So I'm going to, this is a positive term. 8n is a positive term. So I'm going to subtract 8n from both sides. 2n minus 8n, that's like 2 minus 8 is going to give me a -6. And then everything else comes down. 2 minus 8 gives me a -6. Next, I need to move my numbers over here. So I'm going to do plus 5 to both sides. -6n, 7 plus 5 is 12. And like we did before, my last step is going to be undo this. I'm going to divide both sides by -6, and n equals -2. Let me show you another one. 4p minus 10 equals p plus 3p minus 2p. I don't have any distribute, so I do have combined like terms. Look over here. All of these are like terms. So I can combine them. P plus 3p is 4p. 4p minus 2p is 2p. So all of this is equal to 2p. All right. Now in this example, I can move my 2p over, but if I move my 2p over, I won't have anything else on this side. So I'm going to choose to move my 4p over here. This is a positive term. In front of it, there's no negative, so this is a positive term. So I need to undo it with a negative term. And I bring down -10, 2p minus 4p. So it's like 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is -2. -2p. Then I'm going to divide both sides by -2. And -10 divided by -2 is 5. Then we can plug it in to check. All right, copy those down. All right, C. 6x equals 4 times x plus 5. I distribute. 6x equals 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 5 is 20. Now I have variables on both sides. I need to move my 4x over. This is a positive term, so I'm going to subtract 4x on both sides. 6x minus 4x is 2x equals 20. 2x equals 20, so that means 2 times what is going to equal 20. Divide by 2 on both sides, and x equals 10. All right, example D. I have distributing on both sides. So I'm going to distribute here, and I'm going to distribute here. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 4 is 20. Now I combine like terms. Over here I have terms that I can combine. So I'm going to combine negative 6 and 8. Negative 6 plus 8 is going to give me a positive 2. Now I need to move my variables together. Again, it doesn't matter which direction. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to minus 5 on both sides. 3x minus 5x is a negative 2x. 3 minus 5 is a negative 2x plus 2. Then I have to minus 2 on both sides. 20 minus 2 is 18. My very last step is I'm going to undo that multiplication with division. I'm going to divide by negative 2, and x equals negative 9. Alright, so this one is a U-track. 2n minus 5 equals 8n plus 7. There's no distributing, there's no like terms, so I want you to move your variable over. You can either move the 2n over here, or you can move the 8n over there. I want you to pick. And then when you get your answer, n equals, plug it back in and see if your two sides equal. And we'll go over this.